Okay, you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
We are happy to have you with us here in December. It's December.
I can't believe
Welcome to December. You know what this month is.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
That's right.
And Happy New Year.
I wondered, we
Years keep flying by fast.
we always put our tree up after Thanksgiving. The tree.
Mm-hmm.
The day after Thanksgiving. Of course, it might be earlier this year because of how it all, but who knows, whatever. But
Maybe we'll put it on Thanksgiving Day this year.
They say that people, and we have seen, as we've been out and about, we have seen people that have decorated already for Christmas. Some were already decorated in right before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And they say that people that decorate early for Christmas are happier people.
They're happier people.
I don't know, or it makes them happier.
Well, maybe. I mean, some people really like Christmas.
So the pastor was saying that they want to decorate already. Well, but anyway, and he's fighting it, because he didn't want to get to Thanksgiving, right? We just finished up
Thanksgiving and
being thankful, moving on before the hectic season of gift giving, and we're going to talk about that next week. So next week, or I'm thinking next week or the week after, we're going to talk a little bit about gift giving. How are people going to be shopping on their phone?
Last minute
more
shoppers.
Than last minute shoppers. What are we thinking about getting? Well, Fenn, I don't know. I've got different ideas. He loves dinosaurs, but he's got so many dinosaurs. And then I think he'd like a racetrack. If we raced, but I don't know.
Does he need anything?
Nobody needs anything, but it's not the point. The point is, Grandpa's got to get him something cool.
Well, I got him a cool egg in there if you want to see
Could
it.
get him one of them cars you drive around the yard.
We just spent money
At
on a
our
wagon
hill,
thing.
he'd take off and I'd have to chase him down the hill. Next thing I know, I break a hip.
He might hit the woods and
destroy
the car on the very first
I stop
run.
him and I go into the woods. That'd be my luck. A couple things we're going to talk about today. You ready, Tara?
Yep.
Get this started. And let's see. We got, and I always come up with things that, I have this list, right? I always make a list of things that we'll talk about. And sometimes I don't even get to the list. But we're going to talk about AI. Now, AI, artificial intelligence, is really taken off.
Yeah, it is.
People are using it. There's actors that are worried about them taking the image, and it's already been done. They take the image of an actor and put them on some kind of, you see a lot of it with gummies.
Yeah.
You say like Shark Tank. This was on Shark Tank, or, so they're worried about that. But there's another thing that AI could do just by listening. You know how let's just go right into it now. We'll just do it right now. So you know how you talk about something, we might talk about it in our phone sitting right here, right?
Oh, and we know they're listening.
And we might talk about tractors, or these are all things that are going to be popping up on my
on your advertisements.
Advertisements. Mm-hmm. We might talk about, because I've always wanted a lawnmower. I don't want to cut grass anymore. I want to just have that
a robot,
just like the Roomba or the Zumba. No, it's a Roomba, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Roomba. Have that thing, just like, because I like that sweep. It actually really does well. And I run it in the morning, and it just goes through the living room, dining room, kitchen, and boy, does it pick up.
Hallway.
In the hallway. Yeah, you can probably hear it while you're sleeping, or at least trying to sleep, as that thing makes its way.
It runs over my feet certain mornings.
But AI, apparently, they're saying, can steal your password.
Oh. How, if you say
without
it out loud?
95% accuracy by listening to what you type on your keyboard. So you're not saying it, you're typing it. And they're saying that, I guess, Cornell University trained an AI model on the audio recordings of people typing.
Because when the crooks know that, they're going to use AI to try and get your passwords.
And it learned the identity of different sounds that each key makes. I didn't think it really made that many sounds.
Yeah.
They tested it.
They were all click.
On a phone's integrated microphone listening for keystrokes on a MacBook Pro. And when the microphone picked up the sound of a keystroke, the AI model could identify the key that was pressed 95% of the time, which is not, I should not, I don't mean not, it is kind of scary.
Yeah.
We've already heard that some stories out already about AI cloning voices, just ordinary people, and then calling their grandparents. You've heard these stories, saying, "Hey, I'm stuck
stranded someplace,
and I need money." And I think even mom, if I'm not mistaken, my mom had a call from. It wasn't a voice that sounded familiar, but said, "Hey, Grandma, I'm stuck down here." She said, "Well, I hope you find your way home," and not because she knew it wasn't the kids. But that's,
because their phone numbers would come up on her phone.
Yeah, I think it was so I don't have my, well, I think they even said, "This is not my phone. I had to borrow a phone because my phone," they had to think up the whole 9 yards. But it's getting to the point where it's almost, because they were talking about, because I have the radio station and we do a lot of sweepers, and sometimes I'll contract out a guy and he'll do a thing for me and bring it back. And now their AI can have their own voice. You can have an AI voice do it for you. So is that going to get rid of people's jobs? Is that what we're up to next? So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, kind of where that leads, I think, So
our own government wants to kill us off anyhow.
Well, yeah, they don't really want us around. They just want our money, basically.
Yeah.
Which they get most of it anyway. When you worked, did you have a tidy desk or a messy desk? Do you remember?
I had messy desk most. Like when I had a lot of work to do, messy desk.
I guess they were talking about, they did this, they did some benefits of a messy desk to a tidy desk. Now they say a tidy desk has its perks because it's nice and clean, looks nice. Sometimes I guess it impresses a boss. And it also, they say, it's been proven.
Remember, I had sign in, sign out sheets. So they're up on the counter. I'm having to pull them down and put them into the computer constantly. Then if I'm doing illegal absences or absence of any kind, then I had that notebook out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they say that a tidy desk, and it's been scientifically proven, that it fosters a positive behavior because, if you have a clean desk, then when you're sitting at a clean desk, you're more likely to donate generously. You're also abstain from littering, crime. But that's more than people were in cluttered spaces. But a study in Minnesota revealed that a disorganized, unkept office is just as important and can be helpful also because it makes you more intuitive and also inventive. Scientists asked people at tidy, untidy desks to come up with new ways to use a ping pong ball. And people that had messy desks came up with more ideas that were interesting and creative than the ones that were tidy. But then I didn't see, what were the ideas for the ping pong dolls.
Were they worth anything?
So I looked it up. So these are 100 ways to use a ping pong ball. Do you have any other than table tennis, which is the first thing that comes to mind? Are there any other ways you would use a ping pong ball? Now this says ocean balls for kids. You put the ping pong ball in an ocean and let him chase after it.
I guess.
I guess it depends on the ocean. That seems a little odd for a ping pong ball. Now, of course, beer pong probably came to a lot of people's mind. Play golf with a ping pong ball. Sometimes I would hit, when I was into golf, practicing, I'd use a ping pong ball. You can make a raft. You glue a bunch of ping pong balls together and then test it. How would you like to test a raft of ping pong balls? You don't want to do that?
Mm-mm.
You can use ping pong balls as an earring. Have them, and I guess you would have to drill a hole in I don't know. You could put like a little net around it.
Wire.
Hang it from your earlobe with a little net in the ball, and like they would on your car. You have 2 balls hanging off your ears. That would be so hot. You can make a ring out of a ping pong ball. It's a pretty big ring. What else? I'm trying to find something that's actually
worth something.
Bounce it on different surfaces to create a different sound.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I thought of. You mean bounce it off the wall when you're mad at someone.
Paintball ammo, make key rings. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they say a guitar slider. I guess you could use if you have one of those, what are those flatter guitars?
Yeah.
That they would slide that thing over. You could do that. So just creative ways to use a ping pong ball in case you're bored to death and have nothing to do. Then that would be something you could use a ping pong ball for, other than the real reason is you play ping pong. That's the idea of it. We used to have a ping pong table, and we played with it a little bit.
Yeah.
What are you laughing about? Because I said we played with it.
Yeah.
We played on it. Well, that didn't sound right either. We're also going to talk about words that we have a hard time pronouncing. And some of these I didn't realize. A lot of words as I go through the podcast and I listen to myself, I hear a lot of words. I'm like, ooh,
oh no,
that is not right. But this one is a study that was interesting, and it's talking about kids that drink a lot of cola. Apparently, this study, it's an alarming study, is saying there's a link between kids guzzling soda daily and underage drinking. These researchers
they both have a lot of sugar in
South Korea say that young children who consume caffeinated soda may be at a higher risk of alcohol consumption months later, which, I thought that was interesting in itself that they'd even come up with that. I didn't really put the two together.
Our kids never drank a lot of soda.
But they did this study. And no, not really. We never drank a lot of pop anyway.
I mean, Friday night card nights or popcorn, it's all.
Yeah. 2,000 children between 9 and 10, they did this study, revealed that those who drank caffeinated soda on a daily basis were twice as likely to admit to trying alcohol a year later. This is at 10 years old. What kind of parties are they going to?
Mm-hmm.
The study is the first to demonstrate there might be a link between the caffeinated beverages and maybe future substance use in kids later on. The research also indicates that the daily caffeinated soda drinkers exhibit traits such as increased impulsivity and poor working memory, and it might be a risk of substance use disorders down the road. So that is a scary thought.
I mean, I know a lot of people that grew up in our age that drank
that's all
the time.
That's all they drank. Mm-hmm. Some kind of soda, And it's still...
Once we turned 16 and started working, we could have drank it every day. I mean, we could have bought our own.
That's not my go-to, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it never was mine
either.
either.
All it does, like if I might drink pop with pizza.
Mm-hmm. Or with popcorn.
But what it does is it makes me thirstier,
mm-hmm. and
it doesn't quench the thirst. Mine has always been water. I'm very plain and ordinary. But it's always been a water thing for me. In fact, I forgot my water when we sat down here. But that's always been my kind of go-to. You have a go-to drink? You drink
water,
tea, but...
and I used to drink sweet tea, but since I had kidney stones, water and...
You know how many people
Kabuka.
are going, it stopped me from drinking sweet tea. The kidney stones, I have never had one, and I got to knock on wood somewhere. I have no wood to knock on. But, I guess this couch is kind of made on some wood. But yeah, I've heard horror stories of people having kidney stones. And a lot of it is the sugar intake, especially with the sweet tea.
I think it's the caffeine and the sugar together.
But if you have lemonade, right? Lemonade's the thing to drink.
Lemonade and cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice help you. Can you do that before kind of clean your kidneys, or?
I don't know. They said also beer with the hops in it.
Oh yeah, they did.
Helps it bubble the kidney stone through. And I don't like beer, so that didn't help me.
That's true. I'm not a beer drinker.
I did
either.
make myself drink some, and it didn't help it bubble through at all, I don't think.
Yeah,
Of course, I probably didn't drink enough of it.
No, probably not. You probably didn't even drink a half a can, more than likely.
I probably didn't.
All right, Terry. Now, this is the...
one can over 3 or 4 days.
This next subject is right up your alley. These are objects that got stuck in people's bodies. And we're not just talking about the rear end. We're talking about ears, noses, and, of course, the alley. They did this study of people that had foreign objects
in their
lodged
orifices,
in their body.
In their orifices.
Magnets, chargers, lollipops, orange peels are some of the objects that were in some of their orifices. So I have a breakdown.
How about peas?
Okay, well, I have a breakdown. Let's see if they're on there. I have a breakdown of what was stuck in the nose and ears. And
peas in the nose and ears.
Okay, so have you had that done?
No, but little kids stick them up there. You know.
Okay, here's some issue. What do you think? Let's start with ear. So what are some of the things that you think would be lodged in people's ears?
A Q-tip. But I wouldn't do that because a lot of people, I don't know, that's why I said peas. I mean.
Are you ready for some of these? These are just for the ear. You ready?
Yeah. Okay, I'm scared of this.
Things that were lodged
Why would you put anything like Ben can't stand you to touch his ears?
Yeah, I don't know. But this is what was lodged in people's ears. A cufflink, a wet tissue, you'd think a wet tissue would be able to pull right back out, but they must have really dug it in there for some reason.
Well, you got
a plastic sword was stuck in their ear. An insect. I can see that.
I could see that, something crawling in there.
Yeah.
It would drive me nuts.
So like if you're sleeping and it kind
in
of goes in and a fly gets
a little
on there.
gnat or something, and you smacked it and you killed it.
I'd have to wear a net over my head so that it doesn't get to me. A rock was stuck in their ear. Here's a good one, a lollipop. Apparently people forget how to eat lollipops and they stick it in their ear. It's the only thing I can think of.
A lollipop's too big to go in your ear, isn't it?
Apparently not. Well, maybe they did on dum-dums.
The stick.
The dum-dums? They're real small.
But the dum-dums, well, you'd have to have it almost gone before it.
And then they just stuck it in their ear to finish it off.
Yeah, weird.
A charger in their ear.
They must have a very big ear.
A piece of ice cream cone.
They must have very big ears.
Here's a good one. A push pin. Tell me that wouldn't be painful. Now, here's one that makes sense. Think about this. A pencil eraser. You're sitting there and you're scratching your ear. And then the thing, because sometimes a pencil
comes off.
It comes right off. So that goes right in your ear. And finally, a battleship game piece.
Oh, those little tiny pegs could fit in there.
You sunk my battleship. Oh, that. Mm-hmm. The little red pegs or the white pegs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Liquid items placed in the ear include shoe glue. I don't know exactly what they were gluing in their ear instead of eardrops. Maybe they've just thought
they were.
Lighter fluid. Trying to get the wax out.
Burn?
Candle wax. People, burning. And hydrogen peroxide.
I know a nurse poured hydrogen peroxide down my ear.
And that was just the ear. We haven't even got to the other orifices yet.
I know. Well, I mean, and I always wondered, why would they think that would help? I know that hydrogen peroxide bubbles out infection, but I had swimmer's ear. I guess they were trying to bubble out the water, but it sounded like a volcano going off down in there.
Yeah.
It was awful.
You want to hear the other objects in the nose?
Okay,
we'll go to the nose
let's
next.
Go to the nose. Well, drugs.
Cocaine. They wouldn't be stuck in there. It works its way through.
I know, but...
Okay, objects in the nose that were stuck included gum wrappers, a used match, magnets, rice, candy hearts. Someone had yarn. I could see you having that because you'd like to do a lot of stuff with yarn. Maybe you take the crochet needle and stick it up your nose.
I don't know.
I don't know. You're having a lot of sinus problems. Maybe you just can't take it.
Sneeze.
So if you take the yarn up and you can kind of get it through the other side and kind of push it back and forth to clean it out.
You'd use the yarn like a pipe cleaner.
Jewels were stuck up their nose. Gummy worms. Orange peels. How does an orange peel get up in your nose?
You push it up in there, I guess.
An LED light.
Good.
An LED light. Maybe they wanted to look up there and see their brains. Mm-hmm. Flowers got stuck in their nose. Cheese. Popcorn kernels. No peas yet. Sorry, no peas. And finally, glue was stuck up in their nose. Some people ingested foreign objects. A steak knife.
Ow.
A small flashlight was ingested. A glue stick. Pet toys. Coins.
I've heard of pennies, yeah.
Coins. Office supplies. If you need a
stapler. It's in my stomach.
Hold on. I'll fart you out a paperclip. Hold on 1 second. Cigarettes was ingested. Aluminum foil. Hair clips, keys, and darts. So those are just some of the things people ingested. And finally, it's now time for our favorite
orifice.
The orifice. Our favorite, the alley cat. The rear end. The bungolio, as I would say. These are just items that people went to the emergency room
to have removed from their bungolio.
From their genitalia. For men, some of the foreign objects included sex toys, some beads, paper clips. Yeah, I told you. Hold your paper clip in there in case you're missing one. Coins, a car key. Where's my keys?
I sat on it.
I sat on my keys. A pencil. Remember Frishilly Jerry? When it was Jerry Seinfeld episode, he fell on that.
Oh, Frishilly, yeah. The noodle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A nail up the old bungolio. A ceiling fan chain. I don't know how that happens. You must be doing something pretty wild to get that in there. A cell phone charger was in their butt. And finally, a wooden spoon. Remind me not to put that back in the utensil drawer.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be stirring that up. Why is my...
Your paper stuck together?
No, why is my
wooden spoon?
Why is my vanilla pudding turning brown? That would be just awful.
That's so gross.
Now it's time for women. That was men.
Oh, that was
now
men.
Yes. Now it's time for women.
Women got more openings.
They do, but this is the bungolio. You ready? For women, some of the items included coins. I'm thinking strippers. Like if someone made change, they were like doing something on stage, and they were making change. A screw, like a drywall screw. Ouch. A pen. You never know. You might need a pen. Maybe they signed autographs that way. A drumstick. I don't think it was a chicken drumstick. I think it was just a drumstick for drums. Yeah. A flashlight. Maybe the partner wanted to see
if he
what was going on up there.
Make it shine.
I know that bead is in there somewhere. Hold on. A drinking cup. A drinking cup. A golf ball. Nail polish bottle. And a spatula. Boy, that's really popular. Spatula and a wooden spoon. Sometimes some of the items that were placed in rectums include, I already said it, an action figure. Really? Wrenches? Somebody put a wrench up there? Crayons, bottles, a vegetable peeler. Ouch! Holy cow.
Skin the inside of you.
And finally, a fishing pole and an ice cream cone. You have nothing to say about that, do you?
Fishing pole and an ice cream
cone. A fishing
cone.
pole. Yep.
Well, maybe they thought the ice cream cone.
Maybe they were like sleeping.
Would cool it off. So they ate something spicy and they thought it'd cool it off.
Okay, so you're going fishing. So you stick the pole in and you lay down and you just wait for a bite. and it kind of tugs on you. But I don't know how then you got to pull it out.
To pull the fish
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds like a bad, I don't know if we get any bites that way with fish?
Heck if I know.
I guess they don't.
Wouldn't have tried
doesn't
it.
really matter. Okay, so we were talking earlier about lemon water, and this will be our final one for this first half. Does lemon water really help you lose weight? Now, I will say, I was on this binge.
We were for a while.
We were on this binge.
And I started it again, and I just don't stick with it.
Now, they did say, according to this, I have some paperwork here to back it up, that lemon water is good. It's good. It's vital for your health. It's a great source of nutrition. So, I mean, there's a lot of things there with putting lemon in your water. And the thought, though, where it mixed to where lemon water helps you lose weight, they say that's where they're not really sure where that came from. It's been for years. Apparently, people proclaim that if you drink lemon water, especially, I think, in the mornings, is that what it was?
I don't know.
Before you ate, that it would help you lose weight. But that's not true. But there is benefits to having some lemon in your water. For instance, hydration. As they say, if you add a little bit of lemon to your water, not only does it add more flavor, especially if you're not a water drinker. If you're not really, but you need a little flavor and you don't mind lemon, that might be the way to go. And so hydration would be
sour,
big.
Though.
Depending on the lemon, that is true. But they do say that lemon is really good for hydration. Also vitamin C. So if you're into lemon in your water, it'll give you vitamin C. And digestion. It actually does help with digestion because it has that citric acid in it.
Right now I'm on a lemon, ginger, cinnamon.
Do you think it reduces your bloating? Because it says it helps reduce
lemon, ginger, and cinnamon. It does seem to reduce my bloating.
It says that it reduces uncomfortable digestive issues like heartburn and bloating. But it also said that lemon water is safe to drink, though the citric acid could erode your enamel on your teeth.
Yep, I've heard.
So you got to be careful with that. And you want to make sure it's diluted, is what they're saying. And my mic is slowly but surely dropping on me. So there you go, Terry. Lemon water, it's good. It doesn't help you lose weight, but it's still nutritious.
Okay.
So keep it up. You're doing a good job. I used to do it. I had that. Remember we had that lemon squeezer? Mm-hmm. And we would squeeze the lemon juice out. But I don't remember putting it with water. I think I was just drinking the lemon itself.
I don't know. I've drank vinegar in the morning. I've tried all kinds of crap.
Now you're on bone broth. I got pots of bone broth in there.
Well, and my lemon,
where did that
ginger,
come from?
And cinnamon tea. That's what I've been drinking in
Where's
the
the bone broth? What is that? When did that come in?
I don't know.
What does it do?
It's supposed to be healthy for you.
What does it do, though? I'm sure you looked this up.
Put nutrition. It just puts nutrition back into your body.
Bone broth. What kind of bones are you using?
Those were venison bones that time off of the deer steaks we had.
Oh, okay. Don't they go bad?
I don't know. We'll find out.
How many times can you boil a bone
until it
and
goes
get the
bad?
broth?
I don't know.
Well, you're just full of information for our listeners today.
Yep, I'm just...
And you're falling asleep on me. Here we go. This is dud show number 2. We just had another dud show.
No, we didn't.
The week before. It was a dud. It was a dud. It was just, things just weren't flowing. You got to feel the flow. Do you have any flow at all? Not that kind of flow.
No, I don't have any flow.
Is that the problem? No, you don't do that flow anymore.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Well, good for you. All right, let's take a break. And we come back. We're going to talk about weird words, or I shouldn't say weird words that are hard to pronounce.
Okay.
Which for me is just about every word in the dictionary. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So you want to start a podcast, maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun, and I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. Now, it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website, and all you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Okay, so Terry and I were on a break, and I was watching this video, and, your brother goes to Sturgis every year, and they were talking to these guys. They're talking to this one guy in particular, and they say, hey, you're in charge of whatever. I forget what he was in charge of, and a real nice guy, and they said, we would like to have your name, and his name was Jack Schit. And he said, I know, try growing up with that name. Schit was his name, Jack Schit. So I'm thinking, how many other weird names are out there? So I had to look it up. So some of the weird names that people have given their kids, which is pretty sad, besides Jack Schit. How'd you like to be known as Jack Schit, Terry?
I had one Jesus Christ come in and open up a
checking account. He doesn't need a checking account. He's got all the money in the world.
And I'm a whore used to come in.
I'm a whore, yeah. Angus Patty is one of the names that came up. I just thought Jack Schit was hilarious. Dick Passwater. Remember Dick Trickle? I always say Dick Trickle. Yeah, Dick Trickle.
Yeah.
I always thought Conway Twitty was funny.
Conway Twitty, my dad used to listen to him.
So Dick Passwater. Howdy Ledbetter is another name.
Howdy Ledbetter?
Tiny Cox.
It's all kinds of cocks.
Flex Plexico. Here's a good one. Hands Off. HANSOHFF. Hands Off. Autumn Fog, another name. Larry L. Lavender. Larry Lavender. Dom Perignon Champagne actually was the name. Perfect Engelberger. You got to have a perfect Engelberger. Destiny Hooker. Preserved Fish. Zeddy Little. Buford Pusser. That was a movie.
Buford
that was his
Pusser?
name. Yeah, that was his name. Buford Pusser. He carried that big stick. Remember that movie? Walking Tall. You don't remember that? Cookie Krakenbush, Stormy Wing, Felix Pie. Felix Pie. Just some of the weird names that came up. What were I guess your favorite one was Dick Passwater, because that's the only thing I got out of you. So, just some weird names.
Yellow River by I.P. Freely.
I.P. Freely. But, yeah, just something I thought was interesting. And obviously, Terry has nothing to add to it.
I.P. Freely.
We're happy for you. You know how many wins a parent has?
A parent?
Yeah. How many wins during the day a parent has? And how many cave-ins they have during the year? The average parent has a whopping 190 parenting wins and 218 cave-ins a year. So as a parent, what are some big wins? What are the 3 wins for a parent raising kids, right? So you know what the first one is?
Potty training.
Well, yeah, that's probably in there, but we're talking about a little bit older kids. So parents' top 3 wins are when their kids take care of their own hygiene. So they,
because there are some kids that just
put on the old deodorant, right?
And they shower and they wash their hair.
Yes, and you got to make sure you scrub your undercarriage, get all the crud out of there.
That's so gross.
That's important. Gets dressed in time for school. That's another win. Eats fruits and vegetables. Anytime you get a kid to eat fruits and vegetables, that's a big win. And then there's the cave-ins. So the cave-ins are, and I think I let Fen do this more than I should, but I am a grandparent, so there's just a little bit of
leeway there.
Just a little, not a lot. Shouldn't be, because as a parent raising my own kids, I know I would not have done that. But here's the cave-ins include letting their kid eat the foods and snacks they want, letting them have a dessert before dinner, which is what I do, and then giving them a device during mealtime. But here's my thing.
Do it now.
Well, we're all doing it now. Yeah. We all do it. So my thing with the device is with Fen, he does, for some reason, he did not eat well for us on Saturday. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the reason was.
But he didn't have his device, did he?
I mean, we put on the big TV with Land Before Time, but he just was not
into it.
And kids do go through spurts. Well, they'll eat one day, eat a lot, and then the next time just kind of not eat a lot. But I will say that usually, especially breakfast, when he first wakes up, he eats. Mm-hmm. He normally eats pretty good. According to this survey of 2,000 parents with school-age kids, they looked at successes. And I can see a lot of these as successes. What do you remember as a success with our kids? Well, thanks. That was some really good input.
Just getting them up into school. I mean, you remember when Zachary was born, you got the other 2 on the bus. You didn't care what they put on. If they put on clothes and went to the bus stop, you were happy. It didn't matter if they had holes in their knees and looked like an orphan from our kids
didn't really have that. They didn't have.
Yeah, they did.
They did?
Oh, well, yeah.
Then I guess I really did notice.
When the first grade teacher told me that I could tell there was something going on, because he went from slacks and gear and shirts to sweats with holes in the knees.
Yeah. And then Nathan wore shorts later on.
Yeah, and then,
for the most part.
As he got older, shorts and flip-flops all year round.
Yeah. But, success, too, would be they treat people right. Mm-hmm. Treat people like you want to be treated.
They got decent grades. All of them got decent grades.
Yeah, I mean, that's a win. So what are some of the wins some people trying to do? They want to get kids to eat healthier, right? So
our kids always ate pretty good.
You set up a reward system. Maybe you had dressing or some kind of a dip.
Because we sat down with them and we ate with them, and they just, whatever we ate. And that's how Fen is now. When I'm eating salad, he wants to try my salad.
No, I think that is what we're missing today, though. Is I think parents are busy. They're trying to work 2 or 3 jobs. Some are working from home. although it should be easier if you're working from home, you should be able to sit down with your kids and have, although kids are running too. Kids are into sports, and these sports and the way they do the practices and stuff today, it's really tough to get everybody together. I wish there was a way to, as parents, try to focus in and take, even if it's just 1 or 2 days a week. Listen, we got to sit by the table, no phones. Try to open up some kind of form of communication. Kids can't talk anymore because they're all on their phones. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the kids, they want to eat healthier, want kids to eat healthier.
At what age do you think a kid should get a phone?
I think 11 or 12, because they're doing more things at 11 or 12. Maybe that's a little too young, but 12, maybe 13, especially teen.
It depends on, what
kids
sports and what activities they're into.
That's what I mean.
But I mean, these kids that have access so young, they can really get themselves in trouble. Have access to the internet that young on a phone.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary what kids can get into if you don't monitor them, for sure, or have maybe have the phone on some type of blocking system. Is that something you can do, where they can only get on a certain amount of apps, a certain amount of
things? Yeah,
things. I think you can limit what they can see. They were talking about people hiding vegetables in their kids' dishes, so at least they would get some type of healthy food. Mac and cheese and cupcakes tied for number 1 to hide vegetables in. Cupcakes, they'd have to taste horrible with a green bean in the middle of my cupcake.
Or broccoli. It would be crunchy all of a sudden.
Yes. Followed by muffins and pureed soups. Well, I can see the soup. But a muffin and a cupcake, you just ruined it to a certain extent. At the same time, 9 in 10 catch themselves caving into their kid's request. Most parents cave after 3 ask. 61% say it's easy just to say no to their child's request. 61% are not just saying no. We're done. And when it comes to vision checkups, 1 in 5 parents say their kid's vision has gone unchecked for 3 or more years. We were always up on that with our kids, weren't we?
They did them at school too.
Dentist, we were up on that with dentists because
we did. They always
2 of them had
dentist. Yeah,
had braces. Some top parenting wins: kids take care of their hygiene, dress in time for school, eats fruits and vegetables, wakes up in time for school.
You wouldn't believe the amount that can't get to school on time.
When my kid goes out to play and hang out with other friends, I think that's a win, and that is a win.
Yeah, get them away from the TV and away from the electronics.
My kid spends time with me or other family members, or when my kid does their homework and studies, 5% that's a win too. Some cave-ins, letting them eat what they want, letting them have dessert before dinner, which Grandpa Ron is really bad at. Giving them a device during dinner. Buying them what they want, letting them have more screen time, letting them go out with friends. Well, with friends thing, that's a win. That's not if you let them go out with friends. I mean, I guess it depends on
their age and where they're going.
Yeah. So that's just some of the parenting wins.
I mean,
if your kid grows up to be, hardworking, respectable, that he respects and,
treats others
well, then you've done your job. Parenting's not easy. No one said parenting was easy, because it's not easy. Parenting's hard. And it's getting harder by the day, especially when you're trying to work and then also watch social media and all this other crap that they're being fed into. So it's just, So if you're just do the best you can. It'll all work out. Okay, here's some words, Terry, that I have a hard time saying. And this first one, always had trouble with this one. I'm going to have to take my time saying it. Rear wheel drive.
Rear wheel drive.
Rear
Does your car have rear wheel drive?
Right.
Rear wheel drive.
Which my truck had. My old truck
had rear wheel drive.
I can't say it real fast. And I say
rear wheel drive.
Rear
Rear wheel drive.
Rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive. Royal.
Royal?
Yeah.
Like in Royal King? Royal.
Yeah, like royal. Yeah.
Royal.
Yeah, I think I'm saying it wrong.
Royal.
And it sounds different to me when you say it.
Royal. A royal
Brewery.
flush. Brewery. Brewery.
You know, brewery when you go to.
When I go to the
No, I can't say it.
The brouhaha?
Yeah, the brouhaha. A brewery.
Brewery. Brewery.
Yeah, the bar. That's
Brewery.
how we say it here. When you can't do it.
Yeah.
Marlboro.
Marlboro.
Remember that was the cigarettes, wasn't it?
Marlboro.
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 Posthumously.
Posthumously?
Yes, that's when like someone passes away, and posthumously they would say, like if they had a album, like one of the, I forget who it was, Tom Petty. So sometimes they would posthumously, because he had the album, right? You know, just working on the album, something like that. Aaron, earned, and iron. Can you say those words?
Aaron.
Aaron, Aaron.
Aaron, earned, and iron.
And iron. Earn. So one person said earn. Because they say iron, it's iron.
Earn,
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire?
I say Worcestershire. But I say
Is that
tire and fire.
Is it
How do you say
Worcestershire?
tire? How do you say tire and fire?
Tire and fire.
Tire and fire.
Why did you say it? Well, you were from
Tire
Michigan.
And fire is
Tire
how
and
they say
fire.
it around here. Tire
Well, yeah,
and
that's
fire.
that Pittsburghese. They'd get in that tire and fire.
And I say catty corner, or I say kitty corner instead of catty corner. Everyone says catty corner around here.
Yeah.
I say kitty corner.
Kitty corner. There's a kitty in the corner. Sixth. Well, that sixth is easy to say, isn't it?
The sixth.
Those are just some of the words. I don't know what this is. It's like some kind of nursery rhyme somebody put in here.
Collaboration.
Hamster. Someone can't say hamster.
Hamster.
Hamster. There's no P in it. Oh, this one wants to add a P to it. Hamster. But it's hamster. There's no P in it. Yeah. Espresso.
Espresso.
Some people say espresso, but it's espresso. There's no X in it.
Okay, espresso.
And anesthetic.
Anesthetic or anesthesia?
Anesthesia's on here. But it also says anesthetic.
Anesthetic.
And I don't even know. Anesthetic and then S. I don't know. Words I can't pronounce. One of them I know for sure. Brewery. And I said it wrong again.
Brewery?
Brewery.
B-R-E-W, right? Brewery.
B-R-E-W, yeah.
Brewery.
Yeah. I can't say it.
Brewery.
Like rear wheel drive. If I practice enough, brewery. There, I said it, didn't I? I think.
Sounded right to me. Brewery.
Says the person was saying wrong with me at the first place.
Brewery.
I don't know. I don't know. Is there another word that, like cinnamon? Some people can't say cinnamon. Or what was the other one? Not cinnamon. There was a word. What was it? Aluminum. Not aluminum. I forget what it was.
Collaboration.
There's a real weird word that, I don't know. So anyway, those are just some weird words that are hard to say. Some of them I really struggle with. That's why I never say the B word. Brewery. Royal. See, I don't feel like I'm saying that right either.
Royal.
All right, well, that's it. We're done.
Royal, we're done?
Yeah, we're done.
We're done?
As we welcome in December. Didn't really say what December is Christmas. I'm sure there are other things that they do every day.
Hanukkah.
Yep, Hanukkah. We're going to talk about Christmas as we go on. We'll talk about gifts. We'll talk about, hopefully Terry will be in more of a talkative mood. You were okay up until you got the call going to Pittsburgh, and now you act like you're going to sleep. Some days, see, that's what I mean. There are some days that are, when you're real talkative, That's the good ones. That's the good shows. And today you look like you're half asleep.
Well, some days you don't have subjects I have much to say on.
So it's my fault. So now you're blaming me. That's what this has turned into.
I just, I don't know.
I'm trying.
I know.
Did you come up with any subjects?
Nope. Not a one.
Not a one. You know why Christmas starts so early?
Because people like Christmas.
They were talking about Halloween. Halloween ends and then you're supposed to go right into Thanksgiving. But really, for some reason,
right into Christmas.
It goes right into Christmas. In retail stores, as you know, they've had Christmas stuff up during Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to know, why does Christmas start so early? And there is a theory. They said that during World War II, which is also very hard for me to say,
World War
II, it was necessary to mail Christmas gifts early for European troops. And so merchants joined the effort to encourage customers to shop and mail early. And that kind of got the Christmas shopping season kind of born. So it was during that time when they were trying to get, the
presents.
Which, I don't know if we were on during Veterans Day, but one thing we will say, even though we're way past it, is thank you
to
our veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And also thank you to those who do serve even today. We thank you.
Yep.
Because without our veterans, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing today.
We wouldn't have the freedoms of speech.
The freedoms that we do have.
Mm-hmm.
You can thank those men and women.
I think our younger generation does not cherish those freedoms as much as they should.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something that I think we take for granted.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in countries that not even able to do what we do. We don't talk a lot of politics. We squeeze a thing in there every now and then about our wonderful government, but you can't talk about. You get jailed.
Oh, yeah.
In other countries. You can have an opinion. And that's the beauty of our country. We don't have to agree.
No.
Right?
No.
But we should be able to have an opinion, and I'll listen to your opinion, you listen to mine, and maybe we'll
don't.
No, a lot of people don't. They just think that
their opinion
no matter
only
what.
one, yeah.
So, but I think if we could find a way to do that, I don't know, that's really seems like it's really getting harder. Although I think the majority of people know what's going on, so I think we'll get there someday. That's my wish. That's going to be my Christmas wish.
Your Christmas wish. Yeah.
So
can't we just all get along?
Yeah, can't we all just get along? Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget, every Monday we have a new episode, so subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook or Twitter at Just Talkin', TALKIN, out loud. There's also a Talking, but we're talking. And what else? Oh, you can message us on Spotify. Apple's also coming up with some notifications. We need to start. I was going to start doing polls during some of our podcasts. That's probably going to come up the first of the year once we get YouTube going and rolling. And let's see what else we have to talk about. So next week we'll talk more about Christmas, and the weeks after, which is kind of hard to believe that it's that close. But here we are, another year just flew right on by.
Yep.
What did you do that was so exciting? I don't know.
We had another grandbaby.
We did. Was that exciting. Another great year for sure. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we really appreciate it. It means a lot. Don't forget also, when I send out those little Facebook sweeps, send them to your friends. Although, I don't know if you want to send this one out there, but send it anyway. Thanks so much for listening. We're out.
Have a great week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.